Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to your essay writing and presentation skills class. As we are in a process of making you good presenters, from moving from average to the expert presenters, let's talk about our 30th lecture today, in which we are going to thoroughly discuss that how you can overcome your nervousness while you are standing on the stage. This stage fear is always there when you talk about the presentation skills. So we are going to, in today's lecture, we are going to visit all those things which can help you or which can be beneficial for you once you are standing on the stage and once you are trying to deliver your argument to your audiences. To begin with, let's first of all quickly recap that what have we done or what we have read in our previous lecture. In our previous lecture, that was your lecture number 29, we thoroughly discussed that what are the visual aids and what are their importance in your presentation, or during your presentation, how you can and what kind of visual aids you can use to make your presentations look more beautiful and more vigorous. So first of all, we discussed that what exactly are these visual aids. Basically, these visual aids are a kind of a supplementary material that is related to your topic, and it helps illustrate, elaborate and explain your point of view to your audience thoroughly, and that becomes comprehensible by your audience. So this is what we call our visual aid. Why do we use these visual aids in our daily life and during our presentations? The purpose of the visual aids, then we discussed the 10 tips for using the visual aids. There are some contingency plans which we have discussed while you can make use of them to prepare well for your presentation while you have selected any visual aids. We have also discussed one good example of designing and using visual aids in your presentation, in which we have seen the different categories of visual aids that can be used in your presentation. We have also learned that how you can use different types of visual aids in your presentation. In the end, we also watched one video show in which you must have learned that by adding which kind of things, which kind of animations, which kind of colors and which kind of schemes can be used to make your presentations look more vigorous and more beautiful and more attractive and more understandable and comprehensible by your audience. So this is what we have learned in our previous lecture. Today the focus of our lecture is nervousness. Usually people get confused when they come on the stage. This stage fear is always there, whatever age you reach and whatever situation you are standing in. If there is a huge group of people in front of whom you are asked to deliver one topic, you must be afraid, and your legs must be shivering, and your hands must be shaking, and your cheeks can blush and so on. So it depends on what physical state you have and how is that physical state reacting, or how your mental state is reacting to your physical state, and how both of them they combine together to make your presentation a failure. So we are not to put you in that situation. I am sitting here, I am to share all my thoughts and all my ideas with you to make your presentations look more good, and you become an expert by avoiding or by removing the element of this nervousness from your presentations. Now to begin with, let's start with the introduction of your presentation. PowerPoint is widely used in our lives like school works or business reports. So PowerPoint is one thing that is thoroughly used in any kind of situation we are in, and maybe in the business reports, maybe in the while presenting the school coursework, in the university giving presentations. Making PowerPoint slideshow is not an easy thing to do, but as compared to presenting it in front of the large audience, it is nothing. Now this making of the PowerPoint show here is being compared with the presenting in front of the large number of audience. Now if in other words, if you are being asked to make one PowerPoint presentation, would that be difficult for you, or should I ask you to present something on the stage? Which one would you pick? Yes, you would pick up making up the presentation. Why? Because you are comfortable with it. You have this fear of appearing on the stage and presenting the topic that you were assigned to present on in front of the huge number of public, huge number of group of people who are sitting right in front of you, and you are the center of attention and you are the focus of their attention, and they are only listening to you. So there can come one fear that you might digrade from your point of view, and people can laugh at you, people can make fun of you. So this fear is always there. It is natural that people will feel nervous when speaking in front of the people. So whatever age you reach, it is natural that you feel nervous in front of the people, while especially when it comes to the practical scenarios. Even the president, no matter how well prepared he is, he will still be nervous. So any president out of the country can also be nervous while he is to that stage of from moving from the chair on you are sitting once you have been invited to deliver your presentation on the stage. Now this walk of moving from the chair to the rostrum looks like moving from world to the hell. So this fear is a lot in there, and this fear is there in everyone. Doing PowerPoint presentation should be easier than directly public speaking. For PowerPoint can help you to remember the contents, and it could switch people's focus for you a little bit. So the PowerPoint presentations are easier to make, and they are directly public speaking. From PowerPoint help you can deliver your presentations well, but you still have this confusion and this nervousness in your mind. Now first you should control your emotions. The best speakers should learn to control their emotions and no longer feel awkward when hundreds of eyes are watching them. Now you should not expose, or you should not display your emotions in front of the audiences. Yet we see some situations and certain conditions where people they get so nervous that they can't stop crying. Sometimes people start shouting, sometimes people leave rooms, leaving the rostrum empty for the others. So these kind of situations are there when people cannot control their emotions because they are so nervous to present any topic on the stage. Then this eye contact can also be one major thing that can distract or that can nervous you. Scientific study indicates that it is true that eyes could cause pressure on you. Now that you have walked from your chair on the rostrum, now that you are standing on the rostrum, and still you are trying to hide from different people who have this focus of their eye on you. Now everyone is watching you and you can get nervous, no doubt on that. However, they have to manage to overcome to the nervousness, fear and anxiety that public speaking used to trigger. So this anxiety or this pressure of the nervousness should be avoided, and in today's presentation we are going to thoroughly see that how you can overcome this nervousness once you want to deliver your presentation effectively. Do your knees feel like Gumbies when you have to get up and speak in front of a group? Yes, sometimes it happens to different people that their knees, they feel like Gumbies once they are asked to present on the stage. Or do you feel the next words out of your mouth are going to be the dumbest words ever uttered by a human? It happens because once you are standing on the stage, you don't know what you are talking. You sometimes lose the track of your thoughts, and sometimes you I don't know, some people they start talking about something that is totally unrelated, or that is totally irrelevant to whatever topic they are presenting. So it can happen to different people in different situations. According to the book of lists, the fear of speaking in public is number 1 fear of all fears. The fear of dying is number 7. Now see, the fear of speaking in the public is your number 1 fear of the whole world. Now this has been proved by, or this has been taken from one reference. Now, all the information that I am providing you has been taken from the surveyed references which are available at the end of the presentation, and you can see them for your clarification. Over 41% of the people have some fear or anxiety dealing with speaking in front of groups. So one survey, it reveals that 41% of the people, they have this pressure of nervousness and anxiety once they are being asked to present on the stage. People who have this fear can experience all kind of symptoms such as sweaty palms. Your palms, they can get sweat, accelerated heart rate, your heartbeat, it is much more than the normal heartbeat. Memory loss, sometimes you lose your memory that how you were supposed to begin. Maybe if you go so well prepared for your presentation, sometimes you lose the track of that what you were supposed to say. Even difficulty in breathing, and sometimes you can receive this difficulty in breathing even once you are being asked to present on the stage. Some of the world's most famous presenters have freely admitted to nervousness and stage fright. Mark Twain said it best: there are two types of speakers, those that are nervous and those that are liars. Now Mark Twain, he tries to bring this concept in front of the people, that those people who say that they did not get nervous during the presentation, they are the liars, because everyone has got this anxiety or this pressure of nervousness on them once they are being asked to present on the stage. Now, moving on to the actual portion of our presentation, we are to discuss that how you can overcome this nervousness during your presentations and how you can become one good expert presenter. Thinking of it as the 9 P's, if you are supposed to, if you will keep these 9 P's in your mind for presenting well, you would be able to see that how you can overcome this nervousness during your presentation. Prior proper presentation prevents poor performance of the person putting on the presentation. So now see how these 9 P's are supposed to be kept in mind while you intend to, or you are planning on giving one good presentation. Now, prior proper preparation prevents your planning, and your prior proper preparation, it will prevent your poor performance of the person putting on the presentation. So these 9 P's should be kept in mind while you are preparing yourself for the presentation. Now, how you can overcome this nervousness during your presentation? First of all, you should know the room in which you are asked to present, or in which you are supposed to present. Become familiar with the place in which you will speak. Now, you should become familiar with the place. Come around, take a visit of the place where you are supposed to present, and get familiar with the equipment. Try to mingle with people who would be there to support you. Then arriving early to the situations where you are supposed to present can be a good idea. Take a walk around the room, and including the speaking area where you would be standing, and from where you would see all the audiences sitting in the whole auditorium. Then stand at the rostrum or the lectern, speak into the microphone. Now try to speak in the microphone so that you can hear that how loud you should go with your voice while you are presenting on the stage, and how do you sound to yourself the same way you would sound to different people. Walk around where the audience will be seated. Now again, walk around and see that where audience will be sitting. Walk from where you will be seated to the place where you will be speaking. Now that you are one of the audiences who is going to be one presenter and to be heard by different audiences, start walking from the place where you will be sitting to the rostrum to see that how you have to count down this. How do you have to reduce that fear of nervousness of walking from your seat to the rostrum, of uttering the very first word of your presentation, of where your audience will be seated and how they would be looking at you, or from how many distance they will look at you, and then stand on the rostrum and try to see that how would you look at everyone and how would you sound to everyone. So these are a few things that you should keep in mind while you want to know your room. Now, second thing that you are supposed to keep in mind is to know the audience. Now, once you say that you should know the audience, if possible, greet some of the audience as they arrive and chat with them. Now, your audience is the one guest of yours. You are the one host for them. You should welcome them. You should greet them from the entry door and try to mingle with them and try to learn their names. In this way, you will be able to reduce your pressure and reduce your nervousness for your presentation. It is easier to speak to a group of friends than a group of strangers. Now that you are trying to greet them and you are trying to get familiar with them, it is best idea, and it is, in other words, it is very easy to talk to your friends, to those people whom you know and whom you have met and you can chat with, as compared to those people who are totally stranger to you. So you cannot, or you can have this fear of nervousness. So try to know your audiences, try to greet them, try to mingle with them before you actually begin your presentation. Now, another thing that should be kept in mind is to know your material. If you are not familiar with your material or are uncomfortable with it, your nervousness will increase. So, if you are not comfortable with the material that you are going to present, if you don't know of the content, and if that is beyond your understanding, that will be another nervousness element for you. Practice your speech or presentation and revise it until you can present it with ease. So try to make sure that you know your content well, you know your material well, try to revise it, try to grasp each and every detail into your mind so that you can present it well on the stage. Now learn how to relax prior to the presentation. You can first of all, and a good tip for you is to do exercises. Once now that you are fond of doing these exercises every day, that is going to overcome your pressure, and that is going to relax yourself somehow. So if you are fond of doing these exercises, going on the long walks, jogging, trekking, hiking, these kind of stuff, aeroba, any kind of exercises that you do for your physical strength, if you are physically strong, then you will be mentally strong as well. Sit comfortable with your back straight. Now if you want to relax yourself prior to your presentation, try to sit straight, like your back straight, and try to sit comfortably. Then breathe in slowly, hold your breath for 4 to 5 seconds and slowly exhale like this. So this is how you can breathe slowly, and then you can see that how fresh and how refreshing you will be. To relax your facial muscles, open your mouth and eyes wide, then close them tightly like this. So this is how you try to relax your jaws, try to relax your eyes, every muscle on your face. You should do these exercises. Try to start jogging from today, and try to sit comfortable in the seat. Don't try to sit like a hunched back man, and then try to breathe in slowly before you actually prepare for, or before you are being before you are the next person, before the anchor person announces that so and so person is going to be the first, going to be the next one to present so and so topic on the stage now, or I welcome so and so person to come on the stage and present on so and so topic, and you start shivering and you cannot go on the stage. So try to relax yourself a little bit, try to focus on your breath, try to focus on the way you are sitting. Try to relax your facial expressions. Don't look at the people who are sitting around. Try to do it. Maybe you can head down for a while, and then you can relax your muscles of the face in a very nice way. Then visualize yourself speaking. Now imagine or visualize yourself while you are standing on the rostrum and while you are speaking to the audience. Imagine yourself walking confidently to the rostrum as the audience applauds. Now that audience is clapping and they are applauding and you are coming on the stage. Now imagine and visualize that how would you walk, what track you would take from your seat to the rostrum. Imagine yourself speaking, your voice loud, clear and assured. Now that you imagine and you visualize that you are standing on the stage, your voice is loud enough to be heard by everyone, and you are confident and you are clear, your voice is clear, that and you are every thought that you are conveying is clear. When you visualize yourself as a successful person, you will be successful. So try to visualize yourself as a good speaker, as a successful speaker. If you have good hopes, only then you can achieve or you can achieve those hopes in your life. So if you see yourself as a successful presenter, you will inshallah surely be one good presenter on the stage. Realize people want you to succeed. So try to know this fact that people, they want you to succeed. They are not your enemies who want you to fail. All audiences want speakers to be interesting, stimulating, informative and entertaining. So whatsoever kind of a speaker you want to be, your audience want from your presentation, they want to get entertained, they want to have information about something. It stimulates them, as well as they are also interested to know that what you are or what topic, or if they are already aware of the topic, that how you are going to deliver on that very topic. So audiences, they want to look at something that is totally awesome and that is totally successful. So they are not your enemies and they want to see you success. They want you to succeed, not fail. So don't be afraid of them. They are not your enemies, or they are not those people who are against you. They have come to listen to what you have to tell them, and they will listen to it in a very nice manner, and they are good audiences and they will sit quietly. So you are not going to panic, you are not going to get nervous, or you are not going to show this nervousness to your audiences. Try to relax and try to realize that your audiences want you to succeed. They are with you, in other words. Don't apologize for being nervous. Now this apology should not be there of your nervousness. If you are not going to tell them, your audience, if you are not going to tell your audiences that you are nervous, they will never get to know that your palms are sweat, your hands are shaking, you are shivering, your cheeks are blushed. They would think that you are very relaxed and very comfortable while standing on the stage. Most of the time your nervousness does not show at all, and this is our only innermost pressure that we feel, that people sitting around and the audiences can feel our pressure through our gestures or through our body movements. Sometimes it also it shows, but not all the times your nervousness is being exposed to your audiences. If you don't say anything about it, nobody will notice it. If you mention your nervousness or apologize for any problems you think you have with your speech, you will only be calling attention to it. So whatever you do on the stage, even if you are nervous, don't try to apologize to your audiences. If you are going to apologize, they are going to specifically look at your nervousness, and only then they are going to point it out. And once you declare that I am so sorry for being nervous, or I apologize for being nervous, they are going to then start noticing that you are nervous. Otherwise they will never get to know that you were nervous once you begin your presentation. Now the next thing that you are supposed to do is to concentrate on your message, not the medium. Now your message should be clear for your audience, not the medium of instruction. Your nervous feelings will dissipate if you focus your attention away from your anxieties and concentrate on your message and your audience, not yourself. So do not focus on the medium of your nervousness. Do not focus on anything that makes you uneasy. Try to focus on your message that you are trying to deliver to your audiences. Now your nervousness can also be turned into the positive energy. Why? The same nervous energy that causes stage fright can be an asset to you. Now this nervousness energy is one thing that can be used in a positive way. harness it and transform it into the vitality and enthusiasm. Now if you are continuously thinking that I am nervous, definitely you will become nervous once you go on the stage. But if you try to tell yourself that I am confident, you will definitely be confident once you go on the stage. So try to turn or try to convert that negative thought into the positive one. Gain experience builds confidence, which is key to effective speaking. So try to experience and try to overcome your anxieties. Most beginning speakers find their anxieties decrease after each speech they give. So experience is something that is going to make you one good speaker and one good presenter. So different communication cycles and different presentation, your teaching cycles, your presentation cycle 1, cycle 2. So the way you appear in your cycle 1, you won't appear in that way in your cycle 2, because you are overcoming your nervousness and you are overcoming all your deficiencies and negative points that you made in your cycle 1. And by reaching your final cycle, that is cycle 3, you would become the best of all. If the fear of public speaking causes you prepare more, then the fear of speaking serves as its own best antidote. Remember, he who fails to prepare is preparing for failure. So prepare, and prepare. So try to prepare for your presentation before you show off yourself as a nervous and confused person in front of the group of people. Fear of speaking in public regularly comes high up in surveys of human fears. So, as I've told you earlier, is that fear of public speaking is number 1 fear in the world, and the fear of dying is falls at number 7. You are not afraid to die, but you have this fear of appearing or standing in front of the audiences. So you are supposed to overcome this fear. That has something to do with your nerves. And what nerves are these which are making you so nervous? So try to see. Nervousness actually or usually feels worse than it looks. That's if people notice at all. So if people have noticed you looking nervous during your presentation, that's one very bad thing, and you will become more nervous and more going backwards from your presentation. Your image of yourself may be worsened by nerves, but it probably does not look that way to the others. Maybe you are feeling that you are looking nervous, but sometimes in the situation you don't look nervous to people. Your nervousness might not be as bad as you think. So try to stand in front of the mirror and try to see that if you are nervous about something, how do you look. So keep one small mirror in your bag, and the next time that you are nervous about some situation, try to see your face. If that's normal, it means that you don't look nervous to other people. And if you look like a stranger to yourself, and if there is something different on your face, so try to overcome your nervousness by sticking to all those points that I am telling you. You must try to change your thinking that you are nervous. Try to prepare. Try to believe this thing that you are confident. Don't tell every time to yourself that you are nervous about what you are going to present on the stage. Now live through your nerves, accept them, know the signs of bad nerves, and change your thinking about them. You need to put something between the nerve symptoms and the negative thinking. So they should be taken apart from each other. They can let to if you let them. So you are going to separate these two poles from one another so that you can overcome your nervousness during your presentation. Try to focus on your material, not the detail but the big picture, or think about something else entirely. So either you should try to focus on the material that you are going to present in front of your audiences, or try to start thinking about something else before your presentation. Start what are you going to cook tonight, what shopping do you need, what book are you reading at the movement, or think of your next holiday. Now the pressure of presentation is just like the pressure of the exam on you. In other words, there are cramps in your tummy, and sometimes your ears are warm, your cheeks are blushed, and you feel like there is something wrong with your stomach. You got the loose stomach because of so much pressure and nervousness, and so on and so forth. So try to not start thinking about it, hi, I have to present on the stage tomorrow, or hi, bahut bura hoga, I'm not prepared at all, and stuff like that. So try to avoid those things and try to see that how well you can stand on the stage. Try to look for and try to imagine or try to visualize the positive things, that how well you will look on the stage and how people will be looking at you and how they will be applauding you once you close down your presentation. So try to think positive. It's not about you, dear, it's about the topic that you are presenting. Although your nerves may try to tell you otherwise, the presentation is not really about you. It is about the topic that you are presenting in front of the people. You need to focus the audience's attention on the topic and not on you. So begin with composing yourself so that you can direct the audience's attention to your material. Now, you would have seen some speakers who put so much effort on getting prepared themselves rather they prepare. So the audience's attention, they automatically comes towards the speaker instead of their material that they are presenting. So this Jnana Ravi in everything is very important. So try to balance everything so that you can prepare well. Try to give the same time to your preparation as you have given time to your preparation for the presentation. Think about your audiences as a supporter. They are not your enemy. It is not you versus them. So the presentation is not about you as one antagonist and there are the other protagonists sitting in the audiences. Remember that your listener wants you to succeed. So they want to see you as a successful presenter, and they are not there to trip you up. So they are not going to do any wrong to you, or they are not going to confuse you, or they are going to point out your nervousness during the presentation. Relax. We are in a process of making you good presenters, and I will share everything with you so that you can know some ways of or some techniques of how you can or how well you can present yourself on the stage. So relax, do some deep breathing first of all. As I've told you, that try to relax in the chair, try to relax your muscles, holding the breath for a few seconds, then letting them out slowly. This helps to make the body look relaxed even if it doesn't necessarily feel relaxed. Relax your shoulders, keep your hands still. So do something like reading or making notes. So if you just lose your hands like this, your palms will sweat, and then you would feel nervous about your presentation. Try to start writing something. Maybe you are listening to the presenter who is presenting before you, so try making notes. Or if you have so much concentration on your material, try to make notes on your own and try to jot down some information. Try doing something with your these brisk hands so that you can engage yourself into any other activity. Start slowly. First of all, you have relaxed for your presentation. Allow yourself to speak more slowly than normal. So the way you are supposed to, or you are used to speak every day with the that flow of your words, try to speak slowly than you every day speak, especially at the beginning, so you can collect your thoughts. So during the presentation, the first very stage where you are supposed to open the forum for the presentation, you are usually confused. Don't try to run into the situation. Try to walk into the situation slowly. Look at people and establish a rapport with the audience by accepting them into the space that you are in charge of your presentation. So you are, in other words, the in charge of your presentations. You are supposed to take care of yourself, you are supposed to take care of the topic that you are presenting, and then you are supposed to take care of the audiences, that how comfortable they are to listen to you. If you read from a script, look for an opportunity to break from your script early on and talk directly to the audience for a movement. So if you are supposed to speak from the script, or if you have bring in anything that you think that you are going to speak from, try to talk to your audience first and then start reading in. That is going to involve participation and involvement of your audiences towards yourself. Forgive yourself and move on. this is your presentation. You are the presenter. This is your forum. Everyone makes mistakes and there is no perfect presentation. So forgive yourself if you have done or if you have committed any mistake during your presentations. All human communications is full of small breakdowns, glitches and repairs. So if you are repeating something, don't get embarrassed and forgive yourself. Don't try to stick to that point. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm repeating so many things. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so nervous in the presentation. Don't do that. You are to forgive yourself for whatever you do, because if you see and if you watch others' presentation, you would feel that you are sitting on the top than the other people. Be forgiving of yourself. Now you are supposed to be forgiving of yourself. You may forget something, make a mistake. Now you can forget something for any idea that you are supposed to present in your presentation. You can make a mistake. Sometimes there can be a cough, you can forget a word, or you can lose your bearings momentarily. Don't panic at these moments. So you are not going to panic at all. Stay calm. Don't let them destroy your presentation. It's only a moment. Come on. So if you forget a word, just let it forget. If you have made a mistake, just forget about that. If you have got the cough, forget about that. Forgive yourself anyway, because that's just for a second or just for a minute that you have done that. Otherwise, you were so smooth and you were so good in your presentation while you were standing on the stage. Knowing about your audiences. Don't let yourself be distracted by individuals in the audiences who give you a hard time while you are talking or who constantly interrupts. Now all the audiences are not good, and sometimes they are not your friends. So out of these strangers, there can be people who are trying to confuse you on the stage. So what are you supposed to do with them and how you are supposed to tackle with them? This is what I am going to tell you. Now all the audiences, if this happens, insist on taking questions at the end. So you are going to, so I've told you one ground rule, that tell them that you will satisfy their queries by the end of the presentation, and you will deliver, or you will tell them your point, or you will answer their question at the end of the presentation. Also, don't be distracted by unusual behavior in the audiences. Audiences are, after all, human beings. So don't get nervous with whatever they are telling you. So they are, after all, human beings just as you are. Imagine any one of your audiences fell asleep and start snoring during a presentation like this. Do not take any notice. The rest of the audiences thankfully did not fall asleep. So there can be strange kind of audiences while you are presenting on the stage. Don't try to look at the negative sides of them. Try to look at the positive sides. Try to look at those people who are nodding at you and who are interested in listening to your presentation, and try to see the eyes, because eyes are the best communicators. Prepare now, go to the room early and make sure you have everything you needed. Projector, memory stick, paper, water, anything on the rostrum where you are supposed to present. If you have to use a microphone, test it beforehand, that how do you sound to your audience. Look for wires and other obstacles to avoid. So don't let any wire come into your feet, so as you are not going to fall onto the ground during the presentation. No, I don't want you to do that. Check for everything that is there and every equipment that is there, so that you can get familiar with it, how you are supposed to take a walk around the room. Plan where you will put your materials and where you will stand, so the audiences see both you and your resources. So if you are standing here, try to see where would your resources or where would your PowerPoint presentation will be displayed, where would you put, or where would you show this model. If you want to show any, so try to select the places of how you are going to go about the presentation. And now finally, enjoy. Try to enjoy your presentation and convey interest, enthusiasm and confidence. Interest, enthusiasm and confidence, even if it's about a very serious topic. This will relax you and help to get the message across more clearly. So this is going to relax you because you are aware of what you are presenting. Develop interest, try to look enthusiastic and confident, and enjoy your presentation. Now it almost brings us to the recap of what we have done today and how to overcome your nervousness during the presentation. So as you can see in the picture, there are different people standing, giving the presentation. Try to see that how they are giving their presentation on the stage, how their visual aids are available, and how they are, facing towards the audiences. Now moving on to the next slide, usually people are irritated during the presentation because of this list that I am going to share with you. The speaker, people once usually look at the presenter, they usually feel and they usually want to comment on that why they were so much irritated with that presentation. Why? Because they feel that the speaker was nervous. Now moving on to the next slide, let's talk about that why some of the audiences are being irritated by these speakers. How do they feel that why they did not like the presentation, and what are the reasons that they give to judge the presentation as the good one or the bad one. Sometimes the audiences, they have to comment that the speaker was nervous. Now see, this nervousness element is the first one that comes in the minds of the audiences, that they did not like the presentation. So try to overcome your nervousness by following all the tips that I have told you today. Sometimes they feel that the speaker was disorganized, so try to move in the organized manner. Try to make your content outline prior to you actually work on the presentation. The speaker never looked at me, so this eye contact is also very important. The speaker had bad accent. Your accent is very important. Try to work on your accent. Try to visit some of the sites where you can listen to some good these pronunciations. For example, I am going to write one for you so that you can practice your pronunciation skills on this very site. Log on to www.forvo.com and listen to different pronunciations of words as you are presenting on the stage. The next point which usually annoys the reader towards any presenter is that the presenter did not sound enthusiastic. So your confidence, your enthusiasm, your motivation is more important for your audiences. The speaker was monotonous, so your presentation should carry these visual aids in it. So you should try to talk to your audiences and don't make your presentation monotonous. The visuals were bad. Try to bring in the relevant visuals that are not distracting for your audiences. I was irritated by his or her clothing, so try to clothe best for your presentation. Dress up good because it tells about your personality. The speaker was speaking too softly, so much soft tone is also not very much liked by everyone. The speech was confused. I didn't know what he or she was trying to tell me. So don't try to get yourself into the situation where you are so much confused and the audiences, they don't understand what you are trying to tell them. So try to focus on your material. So there are different aspects to avoid any negative outcome. The following aspects are important in making a presentation: preparation and planning, language of presentations, visual equipment, and the presentation itself. So this is what we are going to work on during we are going to wrap up our presentation or lecture today. First thing that you are supposed to do is to plan at home. Try to answer these questions to yourself, that who is my audience? How much do they know about my topic? How am I going to organize my topic? It needs to tell a story. There should be a proper sequence. It should have a proper beginning, a proper middle, and a proper ending. How long should my presentation be? You will have time limits and you need to say everything within that time limit. So how are you going to divide, or how are you going to work on the time management? What visual support shall I use? PowerPoint, transparencies, models, and objects. So this is what you are going to do at home before you go for the presentation on the that very place where are you supposed to present. Now plan your presentation carefully. The next step, this is basic structure of a talk. You have to have a proper introduction. Let me highlight it. You have to have a proper introduction, you have to have main parts of the body, you have to have a conclusion, and your presentation should carry or should be divided into 4 parts, that is introduction, middle and conclusion, and that is to be followed by the question answer session, which is the most important part of your presentation. This means that you need to plan everything part carefully, everything or every part carefully once you plan to deliver a presentation for your audiences. Now, talking about the introduction, you are supposed to achieve the following aims that I am going to show you now. Gain attention of your audience. Now you are going to work on gaining the attention of your audience, then attract their interest, then create desire, and then stimulate action. So you are going to remember these 4 things while you are going to work on these: attention, interest, desire and action of your presentation before you actually try to bring your audience into the situation. Now moving on to the next slide. For your start or for getting started, greet the audiences. Now there are some tips that I am going to share with you, that how you can greet your audiences towards your presentation. What you need to do first is to greet your audience. Here are some useful phrases through which you can use to greet your audiences or to welcome them for the presentation. Now to begin with, you will begin with saying the first phrase is that good morning ladies and gentlemen. So this is how you can open the forum for your presentation. Welcome to my presentation. Now this is another way of saying it. It's very nice to see you all here today. Another thing or another phrase that can be used for getting started. Can we get started? So ask your audience's permission before you actually want to get started. Let me say just a few words about my background. So these are some phrases that can be used for getting started. Then you proceed to the introduction to your topic. So this is how you can open the forum of your presentation for your audiences. Make an effective opening. There are several ways how to attract the attention of your audiences right from the beginning. Think of one of the following techniques to introduce your talk. Give them a problem to think about. So the number one thing that you can do is that you can give them a problem to think about. In this way you can grab their attention. Suppose you, why is it that? So give them a thought-provoking thing. So try to give them a question by saying that suppose you are, and what is it that you think. So this is how you can give them a problem or a question to think on. Give them some amazing facts. So these amazing facts is another thing that can also help you your audience or you bring your audience's attention towards your topic. Did you know that anything interesting or any amazing fact that you want to bring into your presentation to grab the attention of your audiences? Give them a story or personal anecdote. So tell them or share with them any stories which is going to attract their attention or attract their focus of attention towards your presentation. Use a citation. Any citation. If you want to start on a more philosophic note, so try to give them any quote or any citation, any reference that you can use, any saying that has been said by any renowned person. Make a funny remark. So that can be another thing for the opening, but be careful with the humor. Not all jokes work well. So if you want to bring in the attention of your audiences, this is another technique that you can make a funny remark. To do so, try to make sure that you are very careful with the humor. Sometimes adding in some kind of the jokes which are irrelevant and which are annoying can give a very bad impression of you in front of the audience. Record a music piece perhaps if appropriate for the topic. So try to do all these things before once you are getting yourself prepared for the presentation. There are some useful phrases that can be used for opening the forum of your presentation for your audiences. Now let's start with the top one. What I want to do this morning is to... My talk will take about 30 minutes. So audience will be happy. Wow, he's going to finish in only 30 minutes and he's going to end up his presentation. During my presentation, I'm going to be focusing on 4 main areas. So try to tell them that what areas or how many things that you will be focusing on. So tell them your focus and how this is how another example of how you can open the forum of presentation for your audiences. I'll be giving out copies of my transparencies at the end so that the audience, they can relax. The way we tell our students that you will be getting these lecture slides once before your exam, so they are happy and they do not note down anything. So if you are going to give the handouts to them, they will be happily listening to you instead of writing and jotting down every information that you are telling. If you have any question or comments you'd like to make, please don't hesitate to stop me. So if you want them to ask you questions during the presentation, so these kind of phrases can be used for opening the forum for your presentation. Now, adapting the language is one important thing that you should see, that how bookish language is different from your speech therapy or your speaking classes. Now, if you read the first paragraph, and then we are going to see that how that bookish or book language has been converted into the speaking. Chemistry. Now I am starting from here. I'm beginning from here. Chemistry. Chemistry is an area of study which touches human life at innumerable points. It is a science which forms a bridge between physics and biology, as well as between earth sciences and life and medical sciences. It is therefore a central science which holds the key to an appreciation and understanding of life cycles on the one hand, through to man-made processes on the other hand. Just look at the example above. It has been taken from the course book. It was meant for reading and not for speaking. So we are now going to see that how you can make it condense. This language is somewhat condensed and complicated. How you can make it easy to understandable by your audiences. Now see that how, if you are going to give the simplified version by paraphrasing it, how would that look like into your speaking language. Chemistry is a science which touches our lives at many points. It forms a bridge between physics and biology, earth sciences and medical sciences. We can say that with chemistry we can better understand life cycles on the one hand and man-made processes on the other hand. Now see, paraphrased language can be used as one speech language while you are delivering anything on the stage. So if you are adapting any language from the book, try to rephrase that into your own words and try to make it a speech language rather than a bookish language. Now there is signposting, another thing that can help your audiences towards your presentation, and by doing that you can also overcome your nervousness. When you will drive on roads, you follow the signs and you cannot get lost. Similarly, when you give a presentation, you need to give signals to your audiences to know where they are and what is coming next. They know it because you tell them by giving these signposts. So you are keep on giving, and you keep on sending these signposts to them so that they get to know that where they are leading. Look at this example. I'm going to highlight that so that you can get to know that how are you supposed to give these signs and these signals to your audiences. I'll start by describing the current position in Europe. Then I'll move on to some of the achievements we have made in the Asia. After that, I'll consider the opportunities we see for further expansion in Africa. Lastly, I'll quickly recap before concluding with some recommendations. So this is how you give them these signposting. You keep on giving them these signals that where you would be leading your presentation and in which direction you would be taking your presentation. Now for using these signposting in your presentation, basically it's a hallmark of the language during your presentation. See some of the examples below so that you can have an idea that how you can make use of these signposting in your presentation. Good afternoon everybody. I'd like to thank you for coming here today and listen to me. I hope by the end of the day you will leave with the knowledge of what equipment can do for you and how the government can benefit by using it. If you would like to take notes, please do so. However, all of you will be given a handout at the end of my presentation. See how smartly this person has opened up the forum for your presentation. This can be one good example of opening the platform for your audiences. I'm going to talk today about a new product, a breath control measurement instrument. The first such product was introduced to the market 40 years ago and has been used all over the world. So this is how you can open your presentation. The new range of products I'm going to familiarize you with are 7110 MK3 and so on. Now the main purpose of the talk of my talk is to outline the major benefits of using these model. Before doing so, I would like you to look at some general technical features which I hope you will find encouraging. Then I'll move on to the benefits for the users. Let's look at some figures. Now these this kind of language can be very, very beneficial for you once you want to grab the attention of the reader, or once you try to take them somewhere by using these signposts for them. As you can see, look at some figures, and you keep on guiding them, and you keep on telling them that what they are supposed to do while you are giving your presentation. Now that you are done with everything, along with the nervousness that you have overcome by relaxing and by following all the techniques that I've shared with you, you are to end your talk. When you come to the end of your presentation, you need to indicate this to the people. So tell beforehand that you are about to close your presentation. Don't just end up abruptly without giving a conclusion. The purpose of conclusion is to tell people what you have told them. So you are supposed to share with them the conclusion or the summary of your presentation. Follow this scheme. So first of all, summarize facts, give recommendations or give proposals, then thank the audience, and then invite questions. So you would say in the same way, you would say in a way that the facts, to summarize the presentation, it is believed that so and so product can be used in so many ways, and I personally believe, and this is my recommendation, that you should purchase this. Thank you so much for listening to me, and any questions or any queries, the forum is open for you now. You are welcome to ask questions from me. So this is one way in which you can attract and you can grab the attention of your audiences, and this is how you can end your talk. Ending your talk, there are some useful phrases that I'm going to share with you. Wrapping up. Now once you are wrapping up your presentation, there are some examples that you can use. First of all, for wrapping up, this brings me to the end of my presentation. Let me just run over the key points again. To sum up briefly, to conclude, as we have seen, so my recommendation is, I would welcome any suggestions. So these kind of sentences can be used to wrap up your talk or to end your talk. Thanking the audience and inviting questions. So now see some phrases. Thank you. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, I'll be pleased to answer them. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Are there any questions you would like to ask? So these kind of phrases can be used to end your talk and to close down the session for your presentation. Presenter is an actor. When you come to stand on the podium, you become the actor of your presentation. During your presentation, you are going to speak and not read from the notes, the way I am reading right now. This means using your voice and also your body language. What is important is that you establish eye contact with each member of your audience. So more important for your confidence and to overcome your nervousness is to establish the eye contact with your audience, so that you do not get confused, and then you can stick to the material that you are supposed to present in front of your audiences. Each person should feel that you are speaking directly to him or her. You need to think in advance. Where shall I stand? How shall I keep eye contact? Where shall I keep my hands? What if I get lost? How to manage audiences phobia? So most speakers are little nervous during the presentation, but there are some strategies to control your nerves, which I have already shared with you, and I hope that you are going to stick to them, and then you can become one nervous-less presenter. Also, you need to be aware of your body language. Open the links to learn more about these. So moving on to the conclusion, or let me close down the forum for you. You are to take care of every single aspect to overcome your nervousness and to look confident in front of the people, because the presentation is not about you, presentation is about the topic. The people, they are not your enemies, they are your friends, they are your supporters who have come to listen to you. So relax, prepare well beforehand, try to prepare at home, try to visit the venue, try to relax and enjoy your presentation. So let me sum up the today's lecture for you. Consider a few points that we have discussed today to overcome nervousness during your presentation. Prepare well, visit the venue prior to presenting, or prior you are supposed to present on the stage. Establish the rapport with your audiences. Try to see that what audiences have to what they are to like about your presentation. Always keep in mind those elements which you feel, or which I have shared with you, of which people think that why they did not like the presenter. So try to make sure that you are going to stick to all those points. Move around, try to establish a rapport with your audiences, try to meet them, try to greet them, because you will be comfortable with the people whom you know already, instead of talking to the total strangers. Relax, breathe, take a sip of water, try to mingle and try to feel confident. If you will feel confident, and if you will develop this positivity in your attitude, you will feel confident, and then you will become one confident presenter. Present well, try to stick to all these things that I have discussed with you. Relax and enjoy your presentation. With that, this is a list of references from where the information was being downloaded. With that, I wish you a very good luck for becoming a good, active, expert presenter of your class. Take very good care of yourself. I'll see you in the next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.